Okay, guys, let's talk about the birth of Jesus. Let's talk about the birth of Jesus, all right? As I said, this information that I'm about to present to you guys, a lot of this I got from the Gospel of Mary. Now, first and foremost, people be like, Gospel of Mary, who's Mary? Now, there's around 3 Marys in the Bible. There's Lazarus' sister Mary, Mary, the mother of Jesus, and Mary Magdalene, all right? Now, it's not the mother of Jesus or Lazarus' sister. It's basically Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene, basically, at one point, when Jesus returned back to Nazareth, Mary Magdalene, Jesus took demons out of him, according to the Bible, took demons out of Mary. And ever since then, Mary followed Jesus, okay? No one knows why, but she was a very loyal follower of Jesus. And honestly, Mary was the one who actually sponsored all of Jesus. Like Jesus, Jesus back then, they were goat herders, either you raising the goat, making bread, farmers, fishermen. So Jesus was taking these fishermen away from what they were doing, their daily chores, okay? And this is I'm not saying the Bible is wrong, guys. Mary, yes, was a virgin. A lot of people let it seem like, God just snapped his finger and Mary was pregnant and Joseph just have to accept it. No, there's another side to the story, as I said before, and I got this from books that were taken out of the Bible. And the reason why I have a better understanding of the story with these books is because it's more detailed. It's not like the Bible, and obviously we all know the Bible's been rewritten a whole bunch of times. So who knows what they take out of this story of the birth of Jesus. Joseph actually had a wife before Mary. A lot of people don't know that. Joseph had kids before he actually met Mary. Actually, when Mary got pregnant, she was actually around 14 years old. So Joseph was way older than Mary. I don't know the exact age of Joseph, but I think at that point, back then, 14-year-old, a guy could marry a 14-year-old back then, as long as they're, I don't know, I don't want to get too personal. I get too intimate, personal with this conversation with a female like that. But you know where I'm going, ladies. Once you reach 14, menstrual cycle and so forth, and once that started happening to them back then, you can have kids. So you can get married. So anyway, long story short, Joseph wanted to marry Mary. Mary accepted. It was okay with the family. But at one point, Mary was away in the field, and she was away for a very, very, very long time. Now, what happened is called artificial insemination. It's like being abducted. And these stories now in the modern times where people are like, oh, I got abducted. There were people working on me. They shoved needle inside of me. I don't know what happened. I was paralyzed. So basically, it's kind of the same thing, what happened to Mary. So it's not like God would be like, let me snap my finger and there's going to be a child in Mary. And basically, it was the semen of God was artificially inserted in Mary by whatever technology they use, because these are celestial creatures. They can do whatever they want, however they want, whenever they want. So according to certain books in the Bible that speak of that, that's kind of what I'm getting from these books, is that Mary, yes, she was a virgin. Yes, she was pregnant, but her pregnancy wasn't like, hey, Mary, you're pregnant. God snapped his finger and you're pregnant. No, she was abducted. She was abducted, and back then, if you get abducted by a flying saucer, you're automatically, people are going to be like, oh, that's in the sky. You'll be like, oh, that's God. It's a heavenly moment. So Mary tell Joseph, yes, I was I got pregnant through the Holy Spirit. That is the best way she could explain what was going on. So if Mary was abducted by extraterrestrial and put extraterrestrial semen inside of her to have a baby, which is the semen of God. However, whatever God did, I'm just using critical thinking here, whatever he did, but it's from an extraterrestrial race, and put it inside of a terrestrial human, automatically that baby inside of that human womb is an extraterrestrial, guys. Now, this is not common knowledge. You're not going to find this information in the Bible. Yes, this was part of the Bible. It's no longer part of the Bible. This great book, the Gospel of, this is a lot of this information I get out of the Gospel of Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene, and let's stress a little bit about Mary Magdalene here. She actually started the Christian church. Now, you can't really say that, especially in the you can't really say that because it's not something that's accepted. According to history, the Christianity start with the Jesus disciples, you know, the followers and so forth. And that's according to the Bible. But again, guys, the Bible is not wrong. It's just not detailed. You see what I'm trying to say to you? Because those details were taken out of the Bible. They were taken out of the Bible. How do you think I know this? Because I got my hands on those information that were taken out of the Bible. That's why I know this. So I know they were taken out of the Bible. And a lot of these stuff happened in 318 AD, between 318 AD and 325 AD. Emperor Constantine got this great idea. Let me rewrite the Christian Bible and steal it from these Christians that I'm killing every day in the thousands. I'm killing them every day in the thousands for reading the book. I'm killing them for reading this book. You see what I'm trying to say to you? The person that changes the book were killing people for reading this book. He was killing them. And then he decided to steal the book and put it however he want to put it. And I beg anyone, please argue with me. Please, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Because I've done my research on this. All right? So the Bible's been altered by Emperor Constantine. He is the first pope. You see, when you Google who's the first pope, Google will give you the first pope, the first elected pope. After Emperor Constantine, the pope were then chosen. He declared himself pope, Emperor Constantine. Hey, I'm pope. Everyone y'all shut up. No one's going to choose anybody. I'm choosing me. I'm pope. You can't say squat. That's what happened. And this is the truth. Why is it he's the only pope in front of the Vatican on a statue? There's no other pope on a statue in front of the in front of the Vatican. So if he's there in front of the Vatican on a huge statue, obviously he has some form. He's like the root of everything, right? It's a no-brainer. All right. Now, let me get away from that a little bit. So anyway, Mary Magdalene, she basically, I read this book. I love to read this book. The reason why I like this book a lot is because she teaches how to use emotions and accomplish things in our life, accomplish struggles. One of the easy, it's great to have knowledge, guys, especially as a couple. She said it best. When two become one, meaning a couple, meaning equal yoke. You see, a lot of people don't get it. Even though two people are living together, they're not one. There's so many people out there that are two, but they're not one. It's in the Bible too. There's unequal yoke. You can't be unequal yoke and think you're one. You have to be equal yoke to be one. So even though you're together, you're on different page. You're not one. So what she was teaching in her book, which is amazing, she said when two become one, and their emotions start to become on the same pace, same vibration, whatever they put their mind to as a couple, they'll accomplish it. Have you ever heard the phrase, behind every great man is a good woman? You guys heard that, right? It's not just a cute statement. It's a true statement because Mary preached this. She preached this. For men, I'm being real. According to and I was just reading it a while ago. I was like, for you to reach a certain level of greatness, you can't do it alone, people. We're not meant to be alone. We're not. Seriously, we're not. I read it in the book myself. And this is the teaching that Jesus passed on to Mary. All right? So I explained that Mary was abducted. And I know people are going to be pulling out their hair like crazy. What are you talking about? Are you talking about? Yes, Mary was abducted by aliens, folks. Yep, and I'm standing beside it. It was artificially inseminated inside of her for her to have a baby by whoever abducted her. And obviously, if it's the child of God, which I believe Jesus is, God abducted her himself to put Jesus on this planet. But the seed of that baby is not from a terrestrial being, folks. It's from an extraterrestrial being carried in the womb of a terrestrial being, which is Mary. So obviously, the child that's from that extraterrestrial being has to be extraterrestrial. Jesus was an extraterrestrial. And I'm still on the Bible again. According to the Bible, his first miracle was turning water into wine. And that was when he was in his 20s, I think, 24, 29, something like that, when he went to some wedding around the wine. Jesus turned the water to wine. I hate to say this, guys, and I know, guys, they're going to get mad at me. That's not true. And they're going to be like, how can you go against the Bible? But the Bible's still not wrong. You get it? It's just not 100% accurate. I do believe whoever rewrite the Bible, that's one of Jesus' miracles. And by then, when Emperor Constantine decided to rewrite the Bible and do whatever he wants with it, and he took in the book of Mary Magdalene, Jesus was a child, right? When his father Joseph was a carpenter, a guy came in screaming at his father, and he made the guy blind in that book. And he was a baby in the crib. He made the guy blind. Couldn't see. So tell me, isn't that a miracle? But it's not in the Bible. It was in the Bible. Sorry. It's no longer in the Bible. There's another section in the Gospel of Thomas, which was taken out of the Bible also. This was taken out of the Bible. Thomas quote, when Jesus was 14 years old, he was playing with his friend. His friend fell off the roof of the house. Fell off the roof. Hurt himself and died. Jesus bring his friend back to life at age 14. Is that in the Bible? No. The book, the Gospel of Thomas, is an amazing book. All these books, folks, they were in the New Testament. It's like around 48 books got taken out of the New Testament, and 3 books got taken out of the Old Testament. The Book of Jubilee, Enoch, and there was another one in the Old Testament. But the Book of Jubilee and Enoch, I have them. I personally have those books. I love those books. Enoch, Book of Enoch, one of my favorite books. You know why? Because Enoch speak of these extraterrestrial beings that I'm telling you about. Enoch walked with God because Enoch was abducted by God. Enoch went to other planets with God on a spaceship. On a spaceship. If you get your hands on that book, please read it. And this is a book from the Bible that is no longer in the Bible. It was taken out. So when I say this information to people, it rubbed them the wrong way because they're conditioned to think every single word in this book, verbatim, is from God. Case closed. Don't debate it, nothing. And they have no idea of the history. I have more knowledge about the Bible than these people, but I'm not saying I'm better than them because I know the history of this book. All right, I'm not saying I read the Bible. I do read the Bible. I haven't read it in a while. I haven't read Revelation in like over a year. I used to read it a lot, but I don't need Revelation to tell me, hey, you're screwed. You guys are done. A lot of you guys are going to die. Revelation don't need to tell me that anymore. I can see with my own 2 eyes. So I don't need clarification from Revelation anymore. What I need is how I need to prepare myself for this when shit hit the fan. What do I need to do? All right. Now let's get into the story of Jesus. You see, a lot of you guys don't know this. A lot of people are like, oh, Jesus was a Buddhist monk. And I know people are going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe this guy just said, yes, shut up and listen. Because you guys don't know nothing. Jesus went to Tibet from age 14 to like around 29. And Jesus was sponsored by Mary Magdalene, the lady that always followed her. She was with Jesus. So everywhere Jesus goes, she financed Jesus and everything. She paid for everything. Jesus was all over Tibet doing miracles on people. There's ancient scrolls in Tibet, in the Buddhist monk of Lord Saint Issa, Issa. That was the name they give Jesus, Saint Issa. And if anyone from India that's watching my video or Tibet that know the history of Tibet, they can back up what I'm saying is true because this information is in their culture. It's not in the Western culture. They don't want you to know this. They want to keep you stupid. I'm sorry. I know I'm hitting some feelings right now. I know you guys are pissed. I'm fully aware of it. I'm enjoying myself, by the way. All right. No, anyway, guys, this is great information to know. Jesus learned how to harness energy frequency, meditate, to use vibration as an advantage, because this is the way these monks are. This is the knowledge they teach to people. Jesus was taught by Buddhist monk, folks. He was taught by Buddhist monk. Everything he knows till this day, he was taught by Buddhist monk. Now, when you go further with these Buddhist monks in Tibet, how did they get this knowledge to give it to Jesus so Jesus can take it back to Nazareth now? When you see, you notice in the Bible, let me go back to the Bible again. There's a section about, oh, Mary got pregnant. She and Joseph run away because they wanted to kill her. King Herod wanted to kill all the babies because he heard that there's a king coming and he's going to overthrow him. And so he wanted to kill all the 2-year-old baby. So Jesus and Moses now ran away, get to a manger, had Jesus. Wise men showed up. Jesus was a babe for a little bit. Then you don't hear anything about Jesus anymore. Then Jesus showed up, 20-something years old. You see that gap in the Bible? There's a huge 15-year gap in the Bible with Jesus' story. A big one. And this is what I'm trying to fill for you guys, this void where Jesus was. He was in Tibet, folks. All right? And that's what he was doing. He was learning from these Buddhist monks how to become who he is when he returned. So everything he learned, and the Buddhist monk knew who he was. They know he was the child of God. They accepted him as the child of God. They praised him as the child of God. But Jesus knew he needed their knowledge to get to that next level with his life. He know that. I don't know how he know that, but he's Jesus. Jesus know whatever Jesus want to know, he's going to know. So he went there, sponsored, guys, by Mary Magdalene. And going back again to the Buddhist monk, where they get that knowledge from, folks, is that when I dig deeper, these monks were actually, they live way up in the hills in Tibet, by the way. It's very hard to get to these places. You got to walk for months. I looked at the video where this monastery is, where Jesus learned his teaching. And for me, if I decided to go there, a horse couldn't take me there. I can only get there on legs, because it's on a huge mountain going all the way around, all the way up to the top, maybe 2,000 feet or 2,500 feet up in the sky. This is where these monks like to live. I don't know why, but they like it. They like the tranquility. They like the peace, maybe. The fact that they're not around people. They're by themselves as a group, as their monks. These monks learn their teaching, you know from whom? You know from whom? You know who they learn this teaching from? Beans, star beans. Who are these star beans? Who are they? Right? Interesting, right? The same knowledge they pass on to Jesus, so Jesus can use it amongst his people. They learn it from beings that came from the stars, from the sky. And they gave it to him. And anyone who feel free, who if you want to, do your research before chastising me as the spawn of Satan. Please, I encourage people, do your research. I'm not saying the Bible is wrong. I read the Bible. I'm not saying that. Don't get me twisted. The Bible is not the exact word of God. It's a historical book, not a religious book. These stories happened. Yes, it did. But over the time of the development of the Bible, things were taken out and things were put in. And Constantine have a lot to do with that. This is when the pagans were converted from being paganism to Roman Catholic. And seriously, guys, I'm going to say something and a lot of people are going to get pissed. Pope Alexander, when he became Pope, at one point was selling entry to heaven. This is the stuff they've done over the past. And I'm not saying all people that go to the church are bad, but you guys have to know the history of these things, okay? You guys have to know this. Christianity, the way it is right now, have a lot of influence due to what Empire Constantine did. I'm not going to stigmatize a part. I'm saying the person name. I'm saying, because I used to go to Catholic church. I used to. Every now and then I would go because I have friends who are Catholic. But I'm giving you straight facts here, okay? First Pope of the Roman Catholic Church. He declared himself Pope. He wasn't chosen as Pope. After him, all the other Pope are chosen. All right? He declared himself Pope. And while he did that, part of becoming Pope is taking out information that he don't want the public to know about. He don't want you guys to know this. What's the best way to keep things away from people? Hide it away from them, burn it. He used to burn these books. So the reason why these books are now they were unearthed back in the 18th century. And the reason why is because the people that were being killed and slaughtered, they start hiding these scrolls in dirt in their village and speak of how they were being killed for reading these books. They were being killed all the time, every single day for reading the Bible. And I beg anyone to tell me I'm wrong. I am not. I'm not wrong at all. The reason why you guys are having a problem with me, this is the reason. Because everything I'm saying is going contradict to your belief. So you're having what is called cognitive dissonance. I'm shaking your belief system. Big time. I'm fully aware of it, guys. I am fully aware. I'm not being an asshole. I'm not being a dick. It's good light. You see, when someone gives you truth, it's like light at the tunnel. It wake you up. Guys, why would people want to live their life not knowing truth? Why would people want that? But unfortunately, we're in a society today where right is wrong, wrong is right. If someone speak up and if it's truth, it's no longer accepted. They're ridiculed. Oh, wow. And I'm on the Bible, by the way. Holy cow. I'm on the Bible. I'm going against belief system, religious belief system. Just by telling somebody Jesus was an extraterrestrial, they're going to flip their wig. They're going to get crazy. Mary was abducted. Jesus was whatever God did, it was artificially impregnated inside Mary. So the DNA from God went into Mary's womb. So obviously that womb, whatever they call it, that small little bit, you know what I'm trying to say. You know, guys, what I'm trying to say. It's extraterrestrial inside of a terrestrial person. Jesus was an extraterrestrial and is still an extraterrestrial. All right? And Jesus is real. This is what people need to get. I'm not against the Bible. I love to read the Bible. I am a Christian, but I have knowledge of the history of the Bible. I know what it is. I got my hands on information that were taken out of the Bible so I can explain it even better to people so they can understand what's really going on. I know if when I read the Bible and I say, oh, Jesus' first miracle was turning water into wine, I laugh. Doesn't mean I'm laughing at the word of God. When I see that in the Bible, I laugh. I'm not laughing at Jesus because I've gotten my hands on information that tells me different. When Jesus was a baby, he made a guy go blind. When Jesus was a kid, in the Gospel of Thomas, his friend fall off the roof and he bring his friend back to life. He's done all of this stuff. When he took a journey to Tibet, he done a whole bunch of miracles. That is not in the Bible. Not at all. All right? Guys, thank you, guys. I appreciate you, man. All I'm trying to do here, as I said, I was going to have a lot of fun this past 4 days. I am having so much fun giving people this information. I really am. It's something I didn't want to do. This is an area that I didn't want to go because I know the resistance I'm going to get from people. I'm fully aware of it because every time I mention it to people give me that look like, hey, this guy is the spawn of Satan. So when people call me names, call me this, said Nick is this, I don't care. All I ask people to, every time I tell you something, please go do your research. Go do that research and then come back to me and said, Nick, you were wrong. You're the spawn of Satan. That's all I ask. That's it. But you know what? They won't do it. You know why? They are afraid on what they might find. I've been there, folks. I've been there years ago, accepting truth because I was so like, if it's not in the Bible, it's not true. If it's not in the Bible, it's not true. It's wrong. Blah. No, I was so wrong. Because I know where a lot of people are at. Because I was there 13, 15 years ago. I was there. And trust me, it's liberating. Getting truth, it's liberating. It's freedom. It is. And I do believe that I was blessed with this knowledge to give it. I do believe that. But I know it come with, listen, if they persecute Jesus for saving people and kill him, what make me any better? I already know what's going to come for me. I already know I'm going to go through the persecution. I already know I'm going to go through the ridicule. They did it to Jesus. And all he wanted to do was to save people. And that's all I'm trying to do. Save people. Whatever knowledge I can give them to save them. I ain't Jesus. I'm not comparing myself to Jesus. I'm not doing that. Because what I'm telling you guys, if they can do that to God's son, to Jesus, what do you think they're going to do to me? What do you think? I can't even compare to that, man. So I am fully aware of it. You guys be safe. I'm just going to get it ready to do my... I have some work. I'm going to go work out, basically. I didn't get to do it this morning. So thank you guys so much. I will keep you guys updated on the Palmer. It's getting worse, folks. It is getting worse. But I keep you guys posted. And thank you guys always for sharing my video. I know I do give information that's not for everyone. It will rub people the wrong way. And it's just part of it. Love y'all.